Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're really getting into a powerful ancient metaphor. It speaks volumes about life, connection, purpose.
Yeah, it's quite something. Our source material today is that key passage, John 15.1 to 6. And we're looking at it through some, well, really rich theological interpretations.
Right.
And our mission really is to unpack this whole idea of the true vine, the branches, what connection means.
What the fruit is.
Exactly. And the consequences, the implications for your life, your ultimate destiny. It's more than just a nice story.
Absolutely. It feels like a blueprint, almost. Offering some maybe surprising angles on connection, love, consequences.
Honest way to put it, a blueprint.
Okay, so let's jump right in. John 15 starts with, I am the true vine and my Father is the gardener. Simple, but sets the scene.
It really does. You've got Jesus as the vine, the source, God the Father is the gardener, the one tending things.
And the listener, you, potentially a branch. You're meant to sort of picture yourself in that role.
Precisely. And the gardener isn't passive. Verse 2 talks about action, removing branches that don't bear fruit.
Okay.
But also pruning the ones that do bear fruit.
Pruning. So not punishment, but refinement.
Exactly, to make them even more fruitful. And there's this assurance in verse 3, you are already clean because of the word I have spoken to you.
So prepared for connection.
Right. Which leads to the core instruction in verse 4, abide in me and I in you.
Abide. Stay connected.
Because, as verse 5 says, apart from me, you can do nothing. It's stark.
It is. So abiding, what does that practically mean? And this fruit, is it just doing good things? Because the interpretations you mentioned go quite a bit deeper, right?
They do, yeah. It gets really interesting here. The sources explain this life comes from the Father through the Son, Jesus, as the tree of life for all creation.
The tree of life. Okay.
So being connected, abiding, means receiving that life. And the fruit you bear, well, it's called fruits of life.
Fruits of life.
And yeah, it's more than just good deeds. The sources describe it as righteousness itself, like spiritual clothing, and ultimately leading to a resurrected, transformed body.
Whoa, okay. A transformed body. That's significant. Not just changed behavior, but changed being.
Exactly, a complete spiritual metamorphosis.
So if that's the fruit, what's the actual life flowing from this tree of life? What's the substance?
Good question. The sources identify this life as the word, or maybe more pointedly, the commandment.
The commandment. Okay, how does that connect?
Well, it draws a parallel. Just like the Son abides in the Father's love by keeping the Father's commandments, you abide in the Son's love by keeping his commandments.
Okay, but commandment can sound a bit legalistic, like just rules.
Right, and that's where the source offers a beautiful clarification. It asks, what is a commandment here? And the answer is, commandment is love.
Love. Not rules, but love.
Yes, God is love, and that love is expressed through these commandments. And it gets even more specific. Jesus himself is described as the embodied commandment. Again, the source phrase means he was divine love made manifest.
His embodied commandment. Wow.
And this love, fully shown on the cross, isn't just an example, it's power. Power for you to break from sin, not by just trying harder, but by becoming a lover, someone who keeps commandments because they are love,
That completely reframes it. Love as the action, the connection.
It does.
But there's the other side. What if a branch doesn't abide? John 15.6 is pretty blunt about it.
It is stark, isn't it? If anyone does not remain in me, he's like a branch that is thrown away and withers.
Such branches are picked up, thrown into the fire, and burned.
Yeah.
Sobering.
Very. The sources explain that even if you were connected once, choosing to leave that life leads to spiritual withering, drying up.
And if someone keeps ignoring chances to reconnect to repent.
Then, the sources say, God respects that choice, that free will, and eventually leaves them to what's called their lost mind, a self-imposed separation.
Which leads where?
To the ultimate consequence, described as the Great White Throne Judgment. It's the final accounting.
Yeah.
And those who chose disconnection are separated completely, thrown into the lake of fire.
And that symbolizes?
Total separation from divine life. It's where sin and everything connected to it, Satan, wrongdoers, even death itself ends up, according to this view. Complete removal.
Okay, wow. That's a heavy but clear picture of the stakes involved. So let's just recap a bit. We have this powerful image. Vine, branches, gardener, life flowing.
Which is identified as the commandment, which is love.
Right, and the food isn't just actions, but transformation, even a new body. And then the stark choice. Abide and flourish, or disconnect and wither. with ultimate consequences.
Exactly. Connecting it all, the choice isn't just about following a list of do's and don'ts. It's about an active, living, loving connection.
One that defines your very being and potentially your eternal destiny.
According to these sources, yes, that's the core message.
Okay, so here's a final thought for you, the listener, to take away, maybe mull over. If the life we receive through this connection is the commandment, and the commandment is fundamentally love, well, how does that change the way you think about living your life, how you interact with others?
Yeah, think about it. What if your fruit, the very evidence of your connection, is meant to be a transformed reflection of that divine love in the world? What would that look like for you?